If you remember the assignment from last week where you made a color wheel using objects, we're doing something similar, but we're going to be mixing colors. So to do this, you can use oil pastels, you can use crayons, even colored pencils will work. I'm going to be using paint today. You can also use paints. If you're using things like oil paints, then you should paint outside or in a well-ventilated area. To start off with the color wheel, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a triangle to say where I'm going to put my red, yellow, and blue. So I'm going to make a triangle for my primary colors. Ignore the cat. So I'm just using a pencil. So this is just simply where I'm going to put my primary colors. If you're going to be using paint, make sure you have something nearby to like wash off your brushes, like a jar of water. So I'm going to start with red. Make a nice circle of red. Clean off my brush, because I don't want to mix the colors too early. Grab some yellow. Make a little yellow circle. Wash off my brush. You see how the water turned orange with the red and the yellow? And then next I'm going to grab some blue. Now my water's kind of brownish. Alright, so those are simply just the primary colors. These are the colors that you cannot get by mixing any other colors. They are as they are found in nature. Next, I'm going to draw a second triangle to mark where I'm going to put my other colors. The reason I'm drawing it in pencil is so I can erase it later. Because this is just to try to make a nice little circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use yellow first. I'm going to put yellow where I'm going to need yellow. So if yellow's right here, I'm going to be putting yellow right here. So mix it with red there. I'm going to put yellow right here. Now clean off my brush. Next I'm going to grab red and put a bit of red on each side of the red dot. And then last I'm going to grab blue and put blue on each side of the blue dot. And then I'm going to go through and mix all the colors. Mix this green down here first. So yellow plus blue makes green. Different amounts of yellow and blue will create different shades of green. Red plus yellow. Grab more yellow. Is going to make orange. The more yellow you have, the lighter your orange is going to be. The more red you have, the more red your orange is going to be. And for the last color, red and blue, it's going to make purple, or violet in this case. It's a nice dark purple. So we have the 3 primary colors and the 3 secondary colors. I'm gonna give y'all a couple minutes to do that. All right, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna erase these lines. Don't need them anymore. The more equal your triangles are, the more round of a shape you're gonna get. You could also try drawing a circle and trying to place them evenly around the circle, but I always have a hard time with that, so that's why I draw the triangles. Next, what we're going to be working on is creating tertiary colors. So just like how we did with the secondary colors, where we put blue on both sides and then yellow on both sides and then mix them together, it's very similar to create the tertiary colors. There's a lot more tertiary colors than secondary colors. So real quick, I'm going to mix some colors to match these, so it'll be easier to make the tertiary colors. So I'm going to do that off camera real quick. So just like we did for the primary colors, where we put a dab of blue and a dab of red to make purple over here, we'll be doing something very similar, but we're doing it up here. So you have your primary color wheel. You could also do it like in between if you want a more completed color wheel. It's entirely up to you for how you want to make your color wheel. But I'm going to be doing something very similar so you can see the two parts that I'm combining. So first, I'm going to do the primary colors again, where I take yellow, put yellow on both sides of the yellow dot. And then I clean my brush, or I just leave it in the water, depending. And then I'm going to do red, where I take some red, put a dot on either side, there's many ways that you can make color wheels. On the internet, you can see like a bunch of them that have like different shapes, like triangles, or some of them are just entirely round. You'll see that in a lot of art programs. So how you want to shape yours is up to you. This is, to me, is like one of the easiest shapes to do. It's very visually clear as to like what parts I am mixing. Okay, so I put dots of primary colors on both sides. And next, I'm going to do the secondary colors next to those dots. So I'm going to do orange first. Put orange both sides of the orange. And then clean off my brush. Next, I'm going to do the same with the green. Put a dab of green on both sides of the green. I'm going to do it last with the purple or violet. And then you can mix your colors. So these are the tertiary colors. Red, violet. Blue, violet. Some of these colors have other names as well. I'm using their descriptive names so you understand exactly what colors go into making the tertiary colors. Some of them have other names though. blue-green. Now, if any of you are colorblind, some of these might look a bit different to you. And if that is the case, there are some other ways to make easier color wheels, or ways that you can create art that either doesn't rely on color or uses color differently. There's some amazing artists that are colorblind, either partially or entirely. All right, we have our primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. We have our secondary colors of violet, orange, and green. Then we have our tertiary colors, red-violet, blue-violet, blue-green, green-yellow, yellow-orange, and red-orange. So this is a very simple and basic color wheel that you're going to be making. So I'm going to show you how to mix using other materials. So here I already have the paper set up. So this is crayon, colored pencil, and oil pastel. So first for the crayon, I already have my red on top. So I'm going to mix blue over here to get violet. So normally what I do is I layer the two colors I want to mix on top, and then I scratch because it mixes them better. If you don't want to use your nails, you can use things like a coin or other things to try to mix. You can try using paper towel too, but unlike oil pastel, it won't work as well. But it makes a violet. See? Next, we're going to do the colored pencil. So here's our blue. So we're going to mix blue and yellow over here. It might take a couple layers, especially like if you don't have like a solid foundation. But you can see that's starting to look more green. What I like about using colored pencils is that you can add a bunch of different colors together. And if you look closely, you can see each line of each pencil. But together, they look like one color far away. And lastly, for oil pastel, this is my yellow, so this is going to become my orange. This is where like paper towel, a tissue, or your finger will come in handy, because then you can mix the oil pastel. So you can use whatever materials you want, be it paint, colored pencil, crayon, oil pastel. You just have to make a color wheel.